Hey yo, Pineapples, Nichiro back again with yet another brand new deck profile. This time I'm going to bring you my pure Metalfoes list for the current 2021 ban list. Obviously the ban list is probably not too far out now, the new one anyway, so this deck as it is actually, it's a lot of fun, but it very much hard loses to the majority of the meta, so it's a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Haven't been winning too many, but again, it's really fun. So if you're just sick and tired of all the meta and all that sort of stuff, I recommend you play this deck. It's very budget. There may be maybe one card or two cards or something like that that might be a little bit pricey, but other than that, for the most part, the deck is very budget. It's very consistent, and it's very fun to play. So I'll get straight into the deck profile. Also, before I do, I would like to say I do apologize for the little hiatus that I've been taking over the past couple of weeks. There's been so much happening in regards to everything that's happened in the world, and in my personal life, so I just haven't had the time or the cards to just bring you deck profiles. So this is my first one in too long, far too long. So I'll get straight into the profile now. So the main deck is a 40 card main consisting of 24 monsters, 14 spells, and 2 trap cards. So we'll get straight into it, starting with the monster lineup. We max out on all the vanilla Metalfoes monsters. So 3 Volflame, 3 Golden Driver, 3 Silvered, and 3 Stealing. Now these guys all have the same pendulum effect, is you target one other face-up card on the field, destroy it, and then you set a Metalfoes spell or trap from your deck directly to your field. They're all... That's all they do. That's literally all they do. And they're all psychic types, but I'll explain that a little later. All vanilla monsters. So then the effect ones, we play 3 rare Metalfoes Bismugear. This guy in the scale has the same effect as the rest of them. Pop a face-up card, set one from the deck. And then its monster effect is if it's destroyed by battle card effect, you can trigger this card's effect to, at the end of the turn, search a Metalfoes monster from your deck to your hand. It does include himself, so you can search himself if you really want to. That effect is obviously a hard once per turn as well. We then play 3 of the new Metalfoes monster that came out of Blazing Vortex. Metalfoes Mel Caster. Now, what this one does in the scale, like the rest of them, destroy a face-up card to set one from the deck. Its monster effect is a little bit different. When it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add 1 face-up Metalfoes monster in your extra deck to your hand, but you cannot scale that card for the rest of the turn. So it does come up quite handy as well, particularly for the good end board that I like to end on with this particular build. And yeah, just more Metalfoes monsters, more fun for me. And then the last Metalfoes monster I play is 1 copy of Vanisher. This one is different from the rest of them. For its scale ability, if a monster on your field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add any Metalfoes card from your graveyard to your hand. That's its scale effect. Its monster effect is when this card is in your hand, you can target 2 other cards, face-up cards on your field, including one Metalfoes card, destroy them, and then special summon this card from the hand. You don't really use that ability too much. It's its other ability you use. If it's special summoned by the effect of a Metalfoes card, you can target 1 monster on your opponent's field or in their graveyard and banish it. And it's a big beefy 2900 attack as well. It is level 9, so you can't actually pendulum summon it with any of the Metalfoes scales, but the scales are 1 through 8. But just summoning it off of any other Metalfoes card that I'll get to in a minute is just insanely busted to banish. Unfortunately, it does target, but it doesn't matter all that much. Then we play 3 Rescue Rabbit in the deck for all the vanillas that we play. Not much else to say about it. I was considering playing also Rescue Hamster, but I figured it wouldn't... without Electromite, I feel that you don't benefit off it as much, where you would scale it to add back cards, and then you can add it back to your... Because it's a monster effect is only when it's normal summon, so this one is obviously a mandatory 3 of in this deck as well, so you're more than welcome to test Hamster, but I haven't needed Hamster, and it'll only be a 1 of, and if I see it, then I probably won't need it, and if I don't see it, then I will need it, so I'm not playing him. Lastly, I'm playing Clifford, Scout, and Monolith. This was the original Cyber Dragon maker back in the day. You Scale, Clifford, Scout, pay 800, search Monolith. You pop Scout with a Metalfoes card to set 1. You pendulum these out, you make an Over and an Infinity. That's what these are for, so really, really cool. And then going to the spell cards, apologies because I'm currently proxying 1 copy of Summoner's Art because I just I've cleaned my house and I can't find anything. So that's the only excuse I have. So play 3 Summoner's Art, and we play 2 Painful Decision and 2 Unexpected Die, just to search out our vanilla monsters and all that sort of stuff. So really good card. This can also search out Scout. And because they're all Psychic types, we can also play the 1 Teleport to search them out as well. So they're the 8 searching and special summoning cards for the deck. Because I'm hilarious, you can actually make very good use of this Super Poly. As it says, budget, it's a common, so yeah, so Super Poly is hilarious. I'll show you the targets once I get to the extra deck. The last 5 cards are all the Metalfoes spells and trap cards that we run. So we currently run 1 Metalfoes Fusion, 1 full Metalfoes Fusion, 1 Para Metalfoes Fusion, 1 Metalfoes Combination, and 1 Metalfoes Counter. These ones have already been released, so this one obviously is just a poly, and then in engrave you can return it to the deck, shuffle up and draw 1. Quick play fusion spell. If a fusion monster is fusion summoned, even your opponent fusion summons a monster, you can target 1 Metalfoes monster in your graveyard whose level is less than that of the monster summoned and summon it to your field. If it's destroyed, if this card is sent from your field to the graveyard, you can add a Metalfoes monster from your deck to your hand. If a card on your field is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon a Metalfoes monster from your deck, which is another good way to get out your big dude Vanisher to trigger its ability. It also has a grave effect of you can banish it from your graveyard to add a face-up Metalfoes monster from your extra deck to your hand. And then Para Metalfoes Fusion is the new one that came out of Blazing Vortex. What this one does is it allows you to fusion summon a Metalfoes monster by using 1 monster on each of your field, hand, and or face-up in your extra deck. Now the cards in your extra deck obviously go to the graveyard. Cards in your field go to the extra deck, and then you can't use a monster from your field to the extra deck and then you use the same one for the fusion summon. That doesn't work. I'm fairly certain that doesn't work. You're more than welcome to correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So that is the 40 card main deck of the hilarious Metalfoes monsters. And then last but not least is the extra deck. There's no side deck with this one. As I said, it's a fun deck, so I didn't bother building a side deck. For fusion monsters, I'm playing 2 copies of Metalfoes Mithrilium and 2 copies of Metalfoes Algahest. These are your main ones to go into. That's why I'm running 2 of each. I probably would run either 3 of one or 3 of the other, just because they are really, really good cards to sort of cycle out and do all that fun stuff with. So for those who don't know, Mithrilium requires 1 Metalfoes monster and 1 Pendulum monster. You can target 2 Metalfoes cards in your graveyard and 1 card on the field. Bounce that card on the field to your hand, and then shuffle the 2 Metalfoes cards from your grave to the deck. If it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon a Metalfoes Pendulum monster from your grave or face up in your extra deck. Algahest is your disruption for your opponent's turn, so it requires 1 Metalfoes monster and a normal monster. Quick effect. During your opponent's turn, you can target 1 monster on their field, equip that card to this monster. His defense points are equal to the combined attack points of the monsters equipped to it. You can use the monsters equipped to this as fusion materials for Metalfoes monsters. So that's another little cute interaction. Usually you just pop the equipped monsters from this with your scales to continue your plays and keep cycling around. So they're the main ones for the deck. And then the backup ones, the Super Poly targets are 1 Metalfoes, I can't pronounce his name, Adamant, and 1 Metalfoes Crimsonite. These cards are hilarious. They require 1 Metalfoes monster, and this one is 1 monster with 2400 or less attack, 1 Metalfoes monster, or 2 monsters with 3000 less attack. So they're your Super Poly targets. They have cleared me boards over and over again. It's just hilarious what these cards can actually do. I then play 1 Metalfoes Orichalk, that's my bad. It requires 2 Metalfoes monsters. If this monster attacks a monster defense position, it does piercing damage, but it also does double piercing damage to your opponent, so it's really cool. And then when it's sent from the field to the grave, I can target a card on the field and pop it. So really, really handy. And then the new one coming out of Blazing Vortex again is Para Metalfoes Azortless. In the scale, if a Metalfoes card you control is destroyed by battle destroyed by card effect, I can target 1 face-up card in my extra deck. Oh, sorry, I can target one card on the one face-up card on the field and destroy it. So if something on my field is Metalfoes card on my field is destroyed, I can use this to pop another card. It also requires one Metalfoes monster and one fusion monster, so it's a really, really good card. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, I can target one card on my opponent's field. One card, isn't it? Yeah, one card on my opponent's field. Shuffle 2 Pendulum monsters face of my extra deck back into my deck, and then destroy that card. So the target's the cost, not the shuffle back in the deck. Also, it has another ability, is if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, I can set it as a scale. So that's another really handy thing. And also, this other effect of being special summoned from the extra deck, that's either it's fusion summoned or pendulum summoned. So it's a really, really good card for disruption as well. So there, all the Metalfoes monsters out the way, and explained them all. For lastly, I play one Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon because I am playing the Absolute Dragon. The level 7s in the deck are Metalfoes Volflame and Parametalfoes Mel Caster. So I haven't gone into this as of yet, but it's in here for the instance that it does come up. That's why they're in here. The last 6 Seas monsters are obviously the Nova and Infinity, as I mentioned before, so no need to explain those. And then the Link monsters I play, starting with a Fusion deck because it's cross sheet. There's not much else to say about it. It's a Fusion deck and it's cross sheet. I play one Alpaloosa. This could be literally any other card. I was thinking Access Kotalker, but I don't know. It never came up, and I wanted to make this deck as budget as possible, which is why I'm running my Gold Rare Alpaloosa as well. And then the last card is Heavy Metalfoes Amalgam. Now, what this one does, it has 2 effects. You really only use it for one effect, but it's got the second one anyway. So it requires 2 Metalfoes monsters. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can activate one of the following effects. You target a Metalfoes monster that you control. You equip this card to it, and it gains and that monster gains 1,000 attack. You don't really use that one. It's the second one, so you can target one Metalfoes card on you control, destroy it, and then special summon this back from the graveyard. So it's really, really handy, and particularly if you link summon it up here, destroy it, and then special it down here, you've got 2 other zones to pendulum summon too. So it's a really, really handy card, but it's not. It only comes up in very. What's the word I'm looking for? It comes up in very bizarre instances. So it's not your go-to link summon to go into. Really, you're just fusion summoning and making all sorts of awesome, wacky plays. So that's what he's there for. And then that is the end of the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. If you did, by all means, please leave a like, leave a comment, share this with your friends. I really, really do appreciate it. Any tips, tricks, or queries about the deck, by all means, leave them in the comments below. I'll endeavor to read all those lovely things that you mentioned. This is a very fun deck, but it's the exact opposite of meta. So if you want to have fun, please pick this up. I can't say how much fun I've had this deck. It's been really, really cool. But other than that, if there's anything else that you guys wish to see on my channel, aside from just random deck profiles that I've been posting, by all means, leave suggestions in the comment. If you want to see some live duels, if you want to see probably my thoughts on like band lists or something like that, if you want to see maybe a remote duel every now and then or something, by all means, please make suggestions, leave them below. And yeah, that's the Metalfoes deck profile for this current band list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and again, thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Peace.